What's up, people? This is episode 37, part 2. This is our NFL Pick 6. I'm with Rob McLean. I'm Jason DeBiss, and the episode starts. Let's get it cracking right now. Dude, I was going to recite that. They say I'm no good because I'm so hood, but it makes me sound so defiant. And sports shows, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit less, how could I say, profane? I don't know what the word is. Welcome. This is episode 37. This is part 2. Part 1 was Sports Debate Tuesday, and this is our own separate segment where we implement our NFL Pick 6. I'm going to bring your attention to the winners last week. I believe Trevor Crabb was our guest. Big up to Trevor Crabb for making some picks, and this is how it turned out. The winner is Rob McLean, 2-3. One of the games got moved. There were 6 picks, but one of the games got moved. I believe it was Pittsburgh and Tennessee. So Trevor, 1-4. Thanks for playing. But you don't suck alone, bro. Look to your left. That's me. Jason, I'm 1-4. And Rob, keep it McLean. McLean is the winner this week at 2-3. And now the hosts are finally catching up to our guest. Our guest combined record is 14-8-1. Rob, you're 13-9-1. And I am 12-10-1, bringing up the rear to make sure the rest of the scrubs aren't following us. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. So this week, we have our man, Ryan Doherty. Ryan Doherty's as our guest participant for our Pick 6. So he's going to walk us through some of our Pick 6s. Actually, he gave me the picks. And here we go. Let's go. Our first game. Steelers are at the Browns this week in an AFC North, which I think right now might be one of the toughest conferences. Like we had that conversation on part 1, like what's the best conference between them and the NFC West, right? And maybe the NFC South, right? But go ahead.
I think it was AFC North and NFC North are both really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bears and Packers look good. Packers are undefeated.
AFC South looks tough, mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just the East and the West don't look great at all, except for the NFC, So,
all right, so you got Steelers at the Browns.
Right. I got Steelers, man. I'm gonna go with them. Great, solid run game. Really good receivers right now, and their defense is always tight, and they finally got Big Ben back. So, good things coming.
Well, for me, I think Baker Mayfield is finally on the verge of having as many wins as he has commercials, and as much as I detest that guy's attitude and his douchism, I think his defense is really good. I think Myles Garrett, he got suspended but also got rewarded with a pretty good contract to play defense for them, and he's been quite the pariah on defense. And when you think about Ben's protection, I think they might get exposed a little bit. And the reason why Pittsburgh's undefeated right now is because of really, really good coaching. And I think Ben's been playing really good. Not to mention the rise of our man. You talked about him in the draft. Remember Chase Claypool? We were talking about him out of Notre Dame. You're like, watch out for this cat. And he was so big. We were like, he's a tight end, right? He's a tight end. Now he's a wide out. So Juju Smith-Schuster has a running buddy. He's got a rookie. Juju's a very humble dude, by the way, too, man. I really, really like him for Pittsburgh. And he became a Pittsburgh staple when he laid out Vontaze Burfict trying to get a cheap hit. He laid him out and got a flag for, taunting, but everybody was like, I don't care. That was 15 yards worth it. It was worth it.
Right.
Just laid him out and stood over him, and everybody was like, yo, you a Steeler. And it lows me to pick against my boy Mike Tomlin, but I got to go with the Browns. They're going to bow, wow, wow, diddy-o, Pittsburgh in the dog pound. Our boy Ryan Doherty. Let's see if I could put him up. Ryan Doherty. Actually, I didn't need to do all that. But Ryan Doherty picked the Browns as well. All right, game 2. We got the Tennessee Titans, fresh off their victory off of my Buffalo Bills. That brings new meaning to the term victory. That was just a straight up pumpkin. But I stand tall, right? You see me running? Nah, I stand tall. So Titans at the Texans, the Houston Texans. I'm going to go first on this one. This is going to be my dark horse pick. I'm going with the Houston Texans. Their fourth loss resulted in the firing of Bill O'Brien, and some people say good riddance, but I actually happen to like that guy. I don't think you do. I don't think you like him that much. But with J.J. Watt hitting his stride, and now you got Dave Johnson hitting his stride, you got pretty good receiving core connecting with Deshaun Watson, and I think this might be their breakout game. I have no reason to pick against Tennessee because they're such a well-coached team, as you can see last night, and by Mike Vrabel. And I have no reason to pick this, but I have to catch up somehow, so I gotta go with the Texans. What you got, buddy?
Yeah, I thought about that too. I love Deshaun Watson, but he just has no real – he's not really no one to throw to other than the receivers that are kind of in-system players. And it is nothing against them. It's just I haven't seen much from a Bill O'Brien offense, so let's see what type of offense they can implement. But all that coming into this week, I just don't see – unless, Deshaun Watson comes in something great, I don't really see – how a team that's just kind of firing all cylinders in the Tennessee Titans really doesn't put another stomping on another team. I thought the Buffalo Bills were going to put a good test up to them, and they've had a tough schedule all season. So I think that this might be maybe one of the easier games of their early season. So I think the Texans take this game.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
The Titans.
Titans.
Okay.
Titans take this game.
Well, Ryan Doherty co-signs with you.
Yeah.
Ryan Doherty. Sorry, right there. Boom. Ryan Doherty says the Titans. Okay, here we go. We got game 3. Let's do the Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Bobby McGee, who you got?
Man, I really want to pick the Atlanta Falcons, but man, they just disappoint me like 3 weeks in a row to myself. So I just gotta shy away from them. And the Vikings have played, 2 tough games the last 2 weeks, come out 1-1. So I think they're just kind of due for, a good victory here.
I'm going to go with the Falcons on this and I believe their O had to go in so many instances. And the way they give up these big leads, I mean, at the Super Bowl that they gave up the big lead was a requiem for disaster or an inciting incident or foreshadowing, should you say, of things to come, man. Nobody saw it. Including the head coach who lost his job this week. I think they rebound. I go with the Falcons. And also Ryan Doherty goes with the Falcons as well. Cool.
Yeah, it's a good point, man.
Yeah,
it's a good point. The Falcons. The Falcons look like how they looked like when they first got Matt Ryan.
Yeah, who'd you pick? You picked who'd you pick again?
Yeah, I picked the Vikings.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
guys, make sure you start Mason. Make sure you start Rudolph, the tight end. For fantasy picks. So my fantasy starts. If you don't have Chase Claypool for Pittsburgh, he's still available in a lot of leagues. I believe 58% available. I picked him up for both of my fantasy teams, so pick up Claypool for both of those. Of course, start your usual people. Start Deshaun. We were talking about Houston. Start Deshaun Watson for sure. If you have Henry, always. I mean that's a must start. Tannehill. This is the game you might want to stay away. with Tannehill. All right, so game 4, we have the Panthers and the Bears. We have the Carolina Panthers and Bridgewater visiting. 1, 2. Tell me, who are you? The Bears. I'm going to go first on this, first? Rob. Hell yeah.
Go ahead.
Rob, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Foles. Dun, 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 dun. If you don't have him on your fantasy team, he is a starter for the rest of the season, and this man is going to light up the scoreboard against a stout linebacking core, but a hapless defensive back team. I pick the Bears because I am tired of eating crow. This is the day I'm going to be wrong about picking them instead of being wrong about not picking them. I'm tired of taking them hot L's. And that restaurant that Shannon Sharp has where they're serving hot L's, man, I had it for appetizer, I had it for the main course, and I had it for dessert. So make mine Chicago.
All right. Yeah. I would love to. I really think Chicago is just playing really good football right now. And I'd love to pick against them again, but yeah, this team is doing great things. I think the defense will show you the defense will actually improve the offense by giving them more chances. And but I really think it's going to be a tight game, really close game, because Mike Davis, one of my favorite players right now, is killing it on the Carolina Panthers. I can't wait to see what that's going to look like with McCaffrey and
Yeah.
with Mike
Yeah.
Davis.
Who's
So,
out? He's out
but
for a
yeah,
little bit, but
yeah, but I just can't wait to see that. But not yet, man. I like what the Panthers are doing, but yeah, the Bears are coming full throttle right now.
yeah, go with Robinson on the flex. And if you have to choose between two tight ends, I think Jimmy Graham's gonna. He's not gonna catch a lot of yards, but I think he's gonna catch some for a score. So he's good for 10, 11 points for you fantasy people. Also, the Bears, I smell turnover in their defense. Who are you picking again? Sorry,
I'm going for the Bears. Yeah.
you're going with the Bears, and I think our guy Ryan is going with the Panthers. All right,
Yes.
it's going with the Panthers. Good for him. All right, Game 5, Rob McLean. The Packers. Green Bay Packers visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oof.
The floor is
I
yours.
just don't like what's going on in Tampa. I don't know what's happening, but a lot of growing pains still. It's probably the week they get it together, and I lose. But I don't go against the Packers right now. The last 2 years in the regular season, they're like 18-2. So I'm just not going for anything against Aaron Rodgers right now. I think he's just playing supremely high level football. And now that Tom Brady's not on the Patriots, you don't get to see that. So a lot of teams can't really prepare. And Aaron Rodgers can throw the ball better than everybody, not just, better than the best, better than everyone. So, yeah, I just think he and Adam Jones are tearing up the league right now. So,
So you picking the Packers?
yeah.
Cool. For me, I was getting ready to sing "My Boyfriend's Back, Bigger Than Before." Brady, Brady, my boyfriend's back. But I don't think this. I'm picking the Packers. All right, but I don't think it's gonna have a lot to do with Brady and Rodgers. I think Brady's gonna do his thing. I think he gets pumped up and excited for these games, and he has a receiving core to actually do something about it. And Rodgers, very well coached defense. Matt LaFleur, him and they got that little relationship going on. So this way, the coach doesn't have to deal with the quarterback. The quarterback doesn't have to deal with the coach. So those things aren't a problem either. But the biggest lurking variable in this thing, and the underlier, is the lack of discipline the Bucs have. These untimely penalties on third and long situations and this and that. So it's one of those things where I don't see them having the discipline to play the Packers all 4 quarters, which is what it's going to take to beat the Green Bay Packers. This is a game in Florida. Aaron Rodgers ain't got a problem playing where it's warm or where it's cold. And to quote Stephen A. Smith, he's a bad man. I'm not gonna paraphrase the whole thing. That's his thing. I'm gonna get my own stuff. But for me, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers on this. And Ryan Doherty, the Avatar, is going with the Bucks. Avatar with the Bucks. Feeling it. Okay, our last game of the Pick 6 segment, Rob. I'm gonna go first on this. This is the LA Rams against the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, this one's tough because I just, Dolphins, for some reason, they just always play, the easy games, the toughest, and, maybe they should, but
Sorry, I said Fitzpatrick,
just like
my bad. I meant Garoppolo. Shoot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I just have to go with San Fran on this one. I just think they laid a tough one to the Dolphins the last week. And I think this week, they should be picking up where they should have been last week. So, yeah, I definitely think San Fran's coming through. And, yeah, that'll be my choice.
Yeah, I think Garoppolo had a really bad outing against the Miami Dolphins, and you don't see him misfiring twice like that. And they knew, and everybody knows the backup quarterback, albeit Mullins or whomever they had, is not going to be the solution. I think they're very good at controlling the clock. But I still give the Rams the rub on this. I think Aaron Donald's going to be a pariah. That's my reset from me thinking that they were playing Miami. So I'm just going to delete and repair. I'm going to delete and repair that because for some reason my mind warped off like they were playing the Dolphins. But they're playing San Francisco, and I'm picking the Rams. You're picking the Niners?
Yeah.
All right, cool. And our man, the Avatar, Ryan Doherty, is also going to go with the Rams. LA Rams for Ryan Doherty. So, Ryan Doherty, thanks for participating this week, man. Looking forward to Sports Debate Tuesday next week, where we furnish our winners and the host constantly battling back from getting housed by the guest. If you remember, the guest first 2 weeks were like a perfect 12-0. So that's really tough to come back from. We got some catching up to do, and if we ever get past them, then we'll get right back to beating the hell out of each other like it's a normal day. You know, I just want it to feel like a normal day. It don't feel normal. We getting housed, Rob. Right? It feel weird. So that's it. Hey, also for fantasy, you don't have Cameron Brate, Harvard boy out of Tampa Bay. He's got good hands. He's a good sub in for OJ Howard for people that lost him. Fant from Denver. It's also a good tight end steal. And those are my dark horse fantasy people. For those are the people in the league. Keep your usual people. It's going to be a normal day for everybody. You know, and that's it. That's all I got, Rob. What else?
It's all good.
Boom.
It's all good for me.
Hey, we banged it out. Hey, thank you. This is the part 2 segment of episode 37 Sports Debate Tuesday. This is the NFL Pick 6 for week 6. For Rob, keep it McLean. I'm Jason DeBeas. Thanks for hanging with us for another episode, and we'll see you next week. Peace out. Podcast on optionvb.com. It's also available on iTunes and Spotify and on YouTube under the NY Varsity Sports handle. You're going to love what you hear.